What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have another tattoo vlog for you guys, but this one is going to be, I would say, by far the craziest tattoo that I'm getting on my body. Not the craziest tattoo, but the craziest body part that I'm tattooing, if that makes sense. I thought that my stomach was the craziest part until I came to this point, which is, if you read the title, my throat. Oh my god, I'm so scared for my mom to find out of everything. Like, out of the pain, out of like committing on the design and everything, I'm mostly scared of my mom finding out. But you know what? YOLO. You live one life, and this is the life I choose to live. To be covered in beautiful art and collecting all of these memories along my journey. And I'm just so excited and super honored to be working with the legendary M. Scott. If you guys, oh my god, I'm gonna put some screenshots of some of her work. I have been following M. Scott for so freaking long and stalking her work like a hawk, and I'm so excited this day has finally come. I hit her up so long ago and told her that I was saving my throat and my neck for her, and I can't believe today's finally the day. I'm really nervous for the pain, but also I'm kind of excited because I have this tattoo numbing cream that I got from this company, literally called Tattoo Numbing Cream. And what you do is you apply it, I think 90 minutes before the appointment. We have a lot of designing and planning out for my actual piece, so it's gonna be some time. So after I'm done filming this intro, I'm gonna go back inside and she's gonna help me lather this up on my neck and then cover it with like saran wrap or something. This saran wrap creates like heat and warmth around my neck, which helps activate this. So I'm really excited to try this. Hopefully it numbs my neck completely, because I mean, what better way to get a tattoo and not feel it at all? Honestly. Mi amor Jesus is almost here. He is actually gonna come and hang out and help me film. So freaking grateful for him. You guys already know he's the realest of all. He's always there, well, for most of my tattoo appointments, and he always helps me film. Not a videographer, but yeah, I'm super excited, very nervous. Again, mostly for my mom to find out, but sooner or later she's going to find out. So oh, and by the way, this top is from Laura's Boutique. Don't forget to use code CassieeXO for a little extra money off. I paired it with these Jordans. They're so cute. They're like turquoise on this side and purple on this side. Sorry, I can't really show you a full outfit. I also brought us a cooler full of some refreshing drinks. Shout out to Elsie for this really cute mini igloo cooler. I just packed some White Claws, a Monster for M if she gets tired later, and some water bottles. And y'all already know I had to pull up with the chamoy, so I brought a couple options. If you guys haven't tried chelitas, oh my god, you don't even know what you're missing out on. This is so good on like White Claws, beers, literally anything, even fruit. Oh my god, so delicious. If you guys ever place an order, make sure you use my code for money off. It is also code Cassie, and I'll link it all in the description below. Look who made it. Oh wow, look at her repping flexing with the fresh AF ones. So we're currently deciding on the sizing and also the position of the food dogs. So we can either do it like facing each other or side by side.
Maybe if it was just one like in the center.
I know, but the problem is they come in a pair, so there needs to be two. We just got finished setting up. This is M, the legend herself, and we're about to go in. Wish me luck. Going in.
Up until
all quiet in here because we turn off the music. We just finished and freaking killed it. We got quite a lot done. Honestly, we weren't even sure how much we were gonna do tonight, but this is the finished for tonight. We got this one pretty close to done. She wants to do a couple finishing touches when I come in next, and then this one we have some more shading to do, but it looks so freaking good. Next, we're gonna fill the centerpiece with the temple and then kind of weave the flowers throughout. So we'll see how this goes, but I'm so excited. It looks so good. So this is how you know it was a sign from God. This is a minute away from the shop, and there's 2 food dogs right there. You guys probably can't see me very well, but I just wanted to film this quick story time, and I wanted to show you guys that because I don't ever see food dogs unless I'm in like Chinatown or at a Chinese restaurant. So the fact that they're just randomly there's not even a temple there or anything. It's just like a minute away from M's studio. Like, I thought that was kind of crazy. It was like a sign from God. Maybe not God, maybe the tattoo gods, but I was like, wow, it was meant to be. Period. Okay, I wanted to give you guys a breakdown of how I design my tattoos. Obviously, this is more for something that's like a multi-element piece, like a mural, I guess. I first start photoshopping ideas on my neck. I be doing the most because I have the advantage of photoshopping really well. So why not? You know, I get to kind of envision it better. So I started off by photoshopping a single food dog on my neck just to kind of get an idea of what it would look like, and don't mind my half-ass photoshopping, but I basically take all the elements that I wanted in this mural and then patch it together. That way I can easily translate it to M, because you know, it can get really, really confusing. And for me to draw that, it would take forever. Like, I could definitely draw it, but why not just like throw it on Photoshop? So this was the first idea that I had to kind of weave flowers throughout, but this is so much different than actually putting it on the neck, because let me show you. This is what it started to look like. Oh, by the way, if you hear snoring, it's this guy. But this is what it obviously looks like with the food dogs tattooed. And then I kind of played with like temple ideas with different layers, and I really liked like a double layer of temple, but then it gets really busy and it's a very little space to put that much detail. So we stuck with just the single one. And then we went from weaving flowers throughout the design, but as you can see, you lose all that space when you actually tattoo it on the neck. There's not that much space. So kind of narrowed it down to 1 flower, and for now I'm gonna leave it like that, but I'll probably build more onto this piece later when I do my sleeve. So just kind of keeping that on the back burner. I also did a ton of research on food dogs. Okay, so I'm gonna read off of this just to kind of explain the position of the food dogs. So you can tell by their gender by examining what's beneath the paws. The male holds a ball or an orb, and the female holds the cub. The ball represents the world and the cub represents nature or a nurturing spirit. One has an open mouth and the other has a closed one. This may represent the in and out breath or the sound of Om. There's a right and a wrong way to position the pair. So when you're facing a pair of food dogs, the most auspicious placement according to the feng shui is the female on the left and the male on the right. Make sure to stay tuned till the end of the video. I explain the meaning of this tattoo to me and all that jazz. Okay, back to the program. Please excuse I literally just woke up and I look disgusting, but I wanted to show you guys what it looks like in daylight. So pretty. So obviously this is the next day. Hey guys, welcome back. We are going back for another session with M today. It's been a few weeks since she did the food dog, so we're probably gonna touch it up and start on the temple today. I actually got my chin tattooed 3 days ago now. I don't know in what order I'm gonna be posting my videos, so you'll find out probably after. Yeah, you guys will probably... Anyway, I have Eldiana with me. He's gonna help me film and get some shots today. So yeah, we'll check back in when we get there. Period. What's up, guys? I am heading back to M's studio today. We're working on the center of my throat, and not gonna lie. 3. Oh yeah, session number 3. I have Eldiana with me.
What's good?
My ride or die. I really appreciated him coming to my appointments with me to help me film and also be my driver, because bitch, we be using carpool because there is traffic. But I am not gonna lie, I was really scared to tattoo the center, even though the pain is very like not bad. It's very, very manageable for me on the sides of my neck. I don't know why, I'm like really scared of the center. So I numbed her up. Hopefully she's nice and feelingless by the time we get started tattooing. I don't think I really gave you guys a thorough review of the tattoo numbing cream, and honestly it worked really, really well, but I didn't leave it on for long enough to really like saturate the skin, so it didn't last as long as it could have. But while it did last, I literally didn't feel anything. I'm really excited for today and hoping that it stays numb throughout the entire appointment, because that would be amazing. Honestly, the hardest part about getting tattooed on my neck has been like the swallowing. Like, you don't realize how much you swallow until you can't swallow. Anyway, yeah, I try to swallow in between, like in intervals when she is like lifting the machine up, so that I'm not swallowing as she's tattooing. But sometimes it'd be hard because, like I said, it feels like you're almost suffocating when you can't swallow and that's all you're thinking about. So that's why I try to go on my phone, like obviously without moving, but so that I can get my mind off of it. So today might be really hard because that's like the most part that's gonna move if I swallow. But yeah, we just pulled up right now and we're probably gonna discuss the design for a little bit and the placement. I know where I want the temple and the size of it, but I just don't know how we're gonna put in the flowers yet. So we're gonna do all of that, and I'll try and check in a bit later, but if not, then I'll check in later. Does that even make sense? I don't know.
At the end? Or...
But I'm just hoping this worked really well. So, okay, see y'all inside. Okay, so we just finished placing the temple in the center of my neck. It took us like 30 minutes to place it, because it's like a lot, like just making sure it's like symmetrical and aligned with like the center of my face. Does it look straight? I think it does. my god. Oh my god. I'm shook. That looks freaking phenomenal. It literally looks fake.
It looks so good.
Like,
let me get a close up.
That is so crazy.
There's a little blood on your chin, but...
There's what?
A little blood.
Oh.
But fine.
Oh my god. You literally did that. You killed it. Wow. Oh my god. I'm gonna look at this like literally all day for the rest of my life. This is the sickest neck piece I could ever imagine. Hey guys, so it is the following day. Like, this piece was literally last night, so it might be still a little red, and definitely it's a lot darker because it's fresh ink. And then the foo dogs are shedding. My chin is also shedding, which I got done last week, I think. That video will be going up next, so stay tuned for that one. I've just been getting tattooed all over the place. Don't mind me on the floor. This is right in front of the window, so it's really good lighting right now. But also, if you hear snoring, I have two Frenchies right next to me, and he looks so cute. I'll show you guys after because he's gonna be there until I leave. But I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about my experience and let you guys know what is next for my neck piece, because I'm pretty much done with the whole front. But the reason why I'm not doing the sides is because I'm actually getting the back of my neck tattooed, which is going to be connecting to my entire back piece, and it's going to come up like behind my ear. So I don't want to restrict any of that area. So once the back of my neck is done, I'm going to go back to M to fill in the like middle spots. It does kind of feel weird that it's just like empty in these areas, but that's only temporary. I'm gonna finish it sooner or later. I don't know when, but hopefully I can schedule my back of my neck soon so that I can finish it all the way around. But I literally am so obsessed with how it came out. Like, M. Scott is literally a legend. Like, she does the crispiest, cleanest single needle work, and all the details are so meticulous. Like, we spent a good couple hours just figuring out the layout. We spent so long like just mapping it out and making sure it's in the perfect position. Like, even with the flower last night, we kind of struggled to pick the perfect position and how many leaves. Like, we added leaves, we took off leaves, and it was a lot of bouncing back and forth between our ideas and opinions, but I'm really happy with what we decided on. I also didn't want it like just perfectly centered and perfectly symmetrical. I wanted it to be offset, so that's why it's not, you know, leaves here, leaves here. It's all like unsymmetrical, asymmetrical. Is that the word? I don't know. But I don't like anything to look like too copy and pasted on each side. Like, obviously the foo dogs, because there's a male and a female, and I'm going to explain that in a second. But I also really liked the temple, like just the temple in the middle of the foo dogs, but because the legs just kind of like don't really have an ending, it would literally just look like the legs, the temple, and the foo dogs. I like, does that even make sense? I don't know. I just basically wanted something to kind of cover the bottom, the foundation of the temple. So that's why we went with the flower. And again, that's why it's like offset, because it's basically just to kind of distract from the legs just ending, because I didn't want it to look like my neck is like cut off, even though it kind of does right now because I don't have my arms sleeved up yet. And tell me why I tattoo the craziest places on my body first before like doing something normal, like a sleeve or like my legs. I don't know. I just crave doing these areas first. Honestly, the way I think about it is at least I'm getting all the hardest, toughest areas out of the way, because my neck was definitely a challenge. Like, I give so much props to M for sticking through it and being patient. It's a very tough area to tattoo, so you have to stretch the skin out, and then it's like the front of the throat, I had to be upside down, and I was getting super lightheaded. If you're ever gonna tattoo your neck, just make sure you eat, stay hydrated, and maybe bring a neck pillow. That's the only thing I wish I had, because I was like hanging my neck off the table and we had to move around a couple times, but I had to keep taking breaks to kind of like rebalance my head, because all the blood would rush when I'm upside down and I would get super lightheaded. But yeah, also a lot of things that you don't really think about, and I know I mentioned this yesterday on my way, you don't realize how much you have to swallow until you can't swallow. And you're sitting there like thinking about it the whole time, and it makes me like really anxious because I can't swallow. So then it feels like you're like suffocating. I know I'm being dramatic, but if you're ever in this situation, you'll know what I mean, because it like made me feel like I'm like crawling out of my skin at some points. And I like almost felt like I wanted to tap her, because I'm like, I gotta swallow, because you can't swallow when the machine is on you, because it like creates like movement, so it'll move like the actual machine, you know? So that was definitely interesting, not having to swallow. But I tried to swallow in intervals, like every time she would lift the machine off my neck, then I would swallow. There was times where, like I said, I couldn't even hold it anymore, and I like felt like I was taking a big gulp, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I hope I didn't like mess you up. But yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, you'll experience it if you ever get your neck done. But that was probably the hardest part about getting my neck tattooed, and also like hanging my neck off the table and being lightheaded. The pain level for me was anywhere from a 2 to 5, I would say, maybe a 6 at times. I do have a really high pain tolerance, but because she also is very light-handed and it's all single needle, which is very like fine, intricate work, it tends to be a lot more on the gentle side compared to other places and other areas that I've gotten tattooed. Of course, it depends on the artist too, because I've worked with artists that have a really heavy hand that really just fucks you up. And then I've worked with artists that have super light hand. I know I talked about the numbing cream, and I did mention that the first time that I used it, I didn't leave it on for long enough. So it did numb my neck. However, it only lasted like the first half of the foo dog. It honestly probably would have lasted for majority of my session if I left the numbing cream on for the instructed time. But because I didn't put it on early enough, like before I left my house, I took it off sooner than I should have, because I wasn't gonna wait around for it to get numb all day. Like I said, it did numb, and it literally worked so well. I didn't feel a single thing, but it wore off quickly. Same thing happened last night. I thought I put it on early enough. I put it on right before I left my house, but the drive was only 30 minutes. And then it wasn't that long into my appointment that we wiped it all off, because we had to put the stencil. And obviously, like I said, I'm not gonna wait all day for it to get numb. So what I should have done was, instead of applying it right before I left my house, I should have done it like 30 minutes prior to that. And that would have given it more than enough time to really saturate in the skin and numb it up real nice. Like I said, it was super, super numb for the first 30 minutes of us tattooing, and it was so amazing because I did not feel a thing. And although my pain was very low for the whole session, it's still better to feel nothing at all, right? I will say what did hurt was the highlights. Obviously, it's pretty quick. It was only like 20-30 minutes of actual tattoo time, but the white always hurts so much more because your skin's already raw, everything else is done, and it's just really sensitive, and white pigment is thicker than black, so it just goes in like a little more like deeper, I would say. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if it's deeper. I don't even know if that's the correct like explanation, but white hurts more than the black ink, that's for sure. So if you guys made it this far and you're still watching and you're wondering what is the meaning behind my tattoo, honestly, a lot of people always ask what the meaning behind all of my tattoos are, and I definitely want to do like a tattoo tour with everything that I've gotten so far, but I'll probably save that for a future video. But if you guys don't know, I'm Chinese, well, half Chinese, my other half is British, and food dogs are very symbolic in Chinese culture. So the food dogs are Chinese guardian lions, and you'll typically see them as stone statues in front of temples, houses, even Chinese restaurants. I'm sure whenever you guys go to like Chinatown or anywhere there's Chinese culture, you're gonna see the food dogs guarding a structure. They also symbolize prosperity, success, and guardianship. So my mom always told me, your body's a temple. Why not have two guardians guarding me at all times? I'm actually really scared of my mom. I don't know what to tell her. I might call her today and tell her. I'm dreading it. I don't know, maybe I won't tell her. I don't know, maybe I should, because she's gonna find out anyway. I'm scared. She's probably gonna hang up on me for sure. But anyway, whenever you see food dogs, you're always gonna see two because they come in a pair, the male and the female. So actually the female represents yin and symbolically protects the people in the home or the temple, while the male represents yang and protects the structure itself. So cool little breakdown of the meaning behind my tattoo. I'm so happy that it's finally done. Well, the front part, because I have been wanting to do this for so freaking long, and I hit Em up a while back and I told her, I'm saving my neck for you. I want to do my sleeves first so that it doesn't look weird or it doesn't look like I have a floating head, because I don't really want to tattoo my neck before my arms. But I couldn't wait anymore and I was dying to work with her. So I'm super glad that I finally did it, and I'm really excited to have her finish the rest of the sides of my neck. But of course that will be in the near future, hopefully. I think that's everything I wanted to mention in this outro. If I forgot anything, I'll just save it for part 2, which will hopefully be sooner than later. But yeah, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to Em for all of your energy, your time, your patience, all of your hard work. Literally did not go unnoticed. I will be looking at this like in awe for the rest of my life, and I honestly couldn't say thank you enough for everything that you did for me, and literally just all the work you put into it. And I bow down to you for this piece, because this was crazy. I hope you guys enjoyed this tattoo vlog. I know it's kind of become a series on my channel, so if you guys like these videos, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and stay tuned, because I have a lot more coming. Trust me, I've got a lot more bigger pieces planned too, so I'll make sure to take you guys along my journey. Thank you so much for all the love you guys send me on a daily. It literally never goes unnoticed. We love you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Mood 1, mood 2.